Hello, Kelsey Taylor here. Welcome to my top 50 favorite movies. I believe it's part 4 or 5. I've lost track. Sorry I couldn't get to it like much sooner than I needed to. It's just, as always, things got busy. Real life stuff got in the way. And I was trying to find the best time to do this next part. But I'm like second closer to the end. So yeah, so here I am, and I hope you guys had a happy and safe Thanksgiving and happy Black Friday. Well, I don't go out shopping for Black Friday. I'm just here at home on my little small vacation here at home. Yeah, okay. Now, this week I'm going to be going through movies number, let's see, 20 through 11. Yeah, like I said, I just lost track of time, and then I had to like rework this list. I arranged like certain movies that I remember liking when I was a kid, and like almost all these movies, like for all these, the rest of them I've seen when I was a kid. I watched like more and more over time. I watched a good number of them, and I have a very good selection. So hope you enjoy this next part of my top 50 favorite movies, going through 20 through 11. All right, number 20 is a childhood favorite, and it's a Goofy movie that came out in 1995. And watching it again, it's still a fun movie. Goofy being funny as usual, and it's even a lot better than when I used to watch it as a kid. If you saw it in the Nostalgia Critics review of it, you would see, you know what I mean. I don't know how to explain it, but it's always a heartfelt and sweet movie, and some people can look at this kind of dated, but as the Nostalgia Critic put, it's dated in the right ways as well as timeless in the right ways. Like, nothing wrong with it whatsoever. And a Goofy movie is definitely my top favorite list, and it has gained a cult following over the years, and I can probably see why now. So yeah, cheers to the Goofy movie. Alright, number 19 is a bunch of childhood favorites. This one's definitely one, is the original The Land Before Time. I remember growing up with like a lot of the direct-to-video sequels. I don't think I've seen, like, I've lost count how many there are. There are like 14 of these movies now. I don't think they make them anymore. But in the 90s and 2000s, they used to make a lot of these Land Before Time sequels. You know, just like what Disney did back then with their own movies. But the original Land Before Time, it's always a classic. It's like one of my favorite Don Bluth animated movies, and definitely is probably the best one out of the bunch. Number 18, probably a time because Christmas is here. Well, November has to wrap up first, but it's after Thanksgiving, so we can handle Christmas, especially during this time. And hard to believe this movie is now 30 years old. The first Home Alone. It's obvious. Everyone knows about Home Alone. It's a classic. If you have kids of your own and they never seen Home Alone, show them the first one. And Home Alone 2 I even liked as well, but I think the first one's my favorite. You know, like, we've always wanted to be like Kevin, right? Like being all home alone and setting up the traps for the robbers and shit. So, Home Alone is definitely one of my favorite Christmas movies, as well as one of my all-time favorite films. Now this, number 17, it's kind of weird to put on the list, but if you're around my generation, you know what I mean. What I'm talking about. It's the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. My mother was annoyed by it, I remember. I'm sure a lot of your parents were annoyed by it too, but you know, the first SpongeBob movie I think is the best one. And a lot of quotable lines that said in memorable scenes. Are they laughing at us? No, Patrick, they're laughing next to us. And I'm not going to sing the Gooby Goober song I was about to, but like this is one of those movies where kids can quote the whole thing. Heck, they could, you know, recite the lines over and over again, and it's like one of those quotable movies that very silly, but that's like the type of SpongeBob I grew up with. And so that's that SpongeBob SquarePants movie from 2004. A lot of memories with that one. Number 16 is an underrated comedy called Rat Race. If you're familiar with the movie, it's a mad world. It's kind of like that. And this movie has like big celebrities in it. Like, it has Rowan Atkinson, Breckin Meyer, Whoopi Goldberg, Cuba Gooding Jr., John Cleese. It's got a big cast and it's fucking hilarious. The situation these characters get into while on a race to get like $2 million or however much it is. Like, it's very funny, and I think it's available on streaming. I can't remember where. It's probably on Tubi or Netflix or Crackle or Amazon Prime. I completely forgot, but track this movie down and watch it. You'll laugh your ass off. I just like comedies like that, and it's like I'd rather just have you watch the whole thing than tell you a scene from it. Otherwise, I'll give the jokes away. Number 15 is Bean the movie, the first Mr. Bean movie, also known as the UK as Bean the Ultimate Disaster movie. I remember seeing Mr. Bean's Holiday first and then Bean the movie, because Mr. Bean's Holiday was actually my introduction to the character, and I immediately watched Bean the movie, and I got like obsessed with it. You know, it's like I know a lot of people didn't like it that much because Mr. Bean talked too much, but it didn't really bother me that much. I just like Mr. Bean's antics, no matter how good and bad they are. And Bean the movie, it's definitely like a fun film. The edition I have on DVD is the American cut, so it just has the scene with him with his head getting stuck in the turkey that the British version does not have. So, yeah, Bean the movie is one I would recommend. I guess it doesn't matter which version you see. Like, if you live in the UK and you don't have the American version, then just go watch it if you love Mr. Bean. Number 14, I forgot all about this film for some reason. And I remember watching this a lot on tape, and I gotta rebuy a DVD of that at some point. Is Chris Farley's last film that came out when he was still alive is called Beverly Hills Ninja. And at the time when I first watched it, I didn't know who Chris Farley was. I didn't watch him on SNL or anything, and I didn't even know he had been dead for like what? I was like watching like the movie for the first time in 3 years after his death. Like, I had no idea. Even I remember like going through the features on DVD I used to have. It said Chris Farley like died in 1997, like some trivia thing on a lot of those actors, and I was like sad. I was like, what? He's dead? I was like, I don't know, 7 or something when I first saw it. I wouldn't know. But Chris Farley, like, is very funny in that movie. So it's like as funny as he was in like only a few films, because he didn't get to do that many when he was alive. But Chris Farley's like one of those comedic actors you don't see much nowadays. And Beverly Hills Ninja, it was my introduction to Chris Farley, and a very funny movie you should definitely check out. Although it's kind of a bit sad when you read about it now, but it's still one of my favorite movies. Number 13, childhood favorite. And I know it's slapsticky. I know it's no masterpiece. I love Baby's Day Out. Yes, in real life, the bad guys or the baby would wound up dead millions of times, but watching it, it's like one of those feel-good movies, so heartfelt and childhood favorite. And I used to watch it on tape growing up, and I don't think I met one person who disliked this movie, except for one person who we watched this movie with one time, and he was like, I don't know, complaining about like, come on, this is a small baby, how could you not notice that? And like nitpicking a bit. But Baby's Day Out is like one of my favorite movies. It's definitely childhood favorite, and I don't think it's a movie they would make anymore nowadays, because, you know, if I tell you what it's about, like just a baby crawling through the city, would people complain? Like, oh, it's whole harsh. They put this kid through so much, but check out Baby's Day Out. It's a silly movie that sometimes you just want to watch something goofy and silly and heartfelt too, and light. Number 12 is like probably one of my all-time favorite anime movies, Yellow Submarine, and this is my introduction to the Beatles band. When you look at the animation, which was done like a year or so before Mike Python's Flying Circus, it was very unique. And it's like the one thing I like about the 60s, with all these colors and these designs, and the Beatles music is spectacular. And definitely go watch Yellow Submarine. I don't know how to explain the plot, but there is a plot to this. But the Beatles music is what makes it, as well as the great animation and such a memorable experience. Now, the last one, number 11, is a childhood favorite, and I'm going to say the line. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger, can I take your order? Is Good Burger. And I heard rumors, well, just a little bit from some YouTuber I watched, like talking about making a sequel. And even though I don't have Nickelodeon anymore, it'd be interesting to see what they do with Good Burger now, since I guess Keenan and Kel do stuff together now. I don't know, I haven't been following any of that, but the first Good Burger is definitely a childhood favorite. It's probably my all-time favorite Nickelodeon movie, like theatrical release. And I used to watch it on I don't think I would call it a bootleg tape, but back in the day, my mom used to record 3 movies on a VHS tape. Like she used to record a few of them. Like she used to record like James and the Giant Peach and Batman and Robin and other ones I can't remember. Good Burger was one of them. I used to watch it a lot. My brother and I used to quote one of the scenes from that movie, and it's like one of those movies. Like if you didn't grow up with it, you may not find it good at all. But I don't know, or not find it that funny. But I always found it very funny and definitely like a true '90s movie. And Good Burger is like one of my all-time favorites. Like I can't go on a list like this without mentioning that film. Definitely childhood, and makes me what I miss about Nickelodeon. Like Nickelodeon is not what it used to be. Well, I don't know. Like in the last few years have been because they keep bringing stuff back, like rebooting stuff. But this is the type of Nickelodeon that I'm more familiar with. So yeah, definitely check out Good Burger if you haven't seen it. And so that's my that's like part 4 or 5, whatever. Talking about my top 50 favorite movies. I got 10 more to go, and next week will probably be the last video of these. So it's been very exciting to talk about these. And of course, just like this part, there's gonna be like I think a couple. It's quite obvious you guys know, but I just want to explain you just a little bit on my opinions of these movies, on why I like them, and like a lot of these movies are like worth watching and have much more rewatch value. So I'll catch you guys next week for the final part of my top 50 favorite movies. And once again, happy Thanksgiving, stay safe, and hope we have a happy, safe Christmas as well. So, adios.